Ladies and gents, welcome in to Soccer Saturday. We've had a delayed kickoff here at the lunchtime kickoff because of a bit of traffic, so Liverpool fans couldn't get in, but we're finally ready to go. Good one this one is going to be. Liverpool, obviously the defending champions, fighting for Champions League qualification, and they'll do so here on the South Coast. Sort of fixing up the audio. Hopefully that fixes that one up there. In for a big one here. Brighton entering this game off the back of 3 wins from their past 4. Liverpool, bit of hit and miss. 3 wins, 2 losses in their past 5 games. The Reds need a win. They want to stay in touch with the top pack. All's in readiness. We're about 15 minutes later than we expected. But we're underway with Dominic Szoboszlai and Liverpool kicking from right to left. The Reds in their traditional home strip. Same as for Brighton in their white and blue stripes. And Dominic Szoboszlai has taken the Paris Saint-Germain route from the UEFA Champions League final and kicked it into touch. Bit of team news for both the two sides. Brighton unchanged from that win at Sunderland where Yankuba Minte scored the winner. Liverpool have been forcing some changes. Alisson out with an injury, so Georgi Mamadashvili deputises and is in his place there. Got Florian Wirtz in number 10 today. Cody Gakpo returns in the absence of Mohamed Salah, who went off with a knock versus Galatasaray. Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, the two fullbacks, and the improving Ibu Konate alongside Virgil van Dijk, a centre-half. Here's Ryan Gravenberch, who looked to sit in front of the back 4. He switched the play to Milos Kerkez. Interesting how Liverpool play here. Great give and go with Hugo Ekitike. It's the Hungarian Kerkez. And Van Hecke got the ball. He's such an important player, Jean-Paul Van Hecke, for this Brighton side. Whenever he's playing at his very best, this side looks like a much better unit. And he'll be massive to shut down Hugo Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, and co. There's Anna Slot on screen. Avoided embarrassment. This Galatasaray midweek, a dominant 4-0 win there. Probably their best performance since that Real Madrid victory 1-0 early in the season. And Liverpool want that form to improve as we enter the back end of the season here. Match day 31, FA Cup games to come. And the UEFA Champions League quarter-final tie to come as well for the Reds. As we've got Arne Slot aggravated here, and it's because James Milner has collected Dominic Szoboszlai across the face, and I don't think a foul's been given there. Referee says play on. We're back underway. Konate winning that duel with Danny Welbeck, the man in form. 10 goals in the Premier League this season, equaling his total of what he acquired last year under Fabian Hertz. He has been one of the great successes under the new manager. Great releasing ball there on McAllister. Ekitike's down momentarily. Liverpool playing with 10. It's Florian Wirtz. Looking for a dangerous ball drilled into the box. Out to play. Liverpool threaten. Ekitike remains down. Sort of coming together there with James Milner. The former Liverpool man has been involved in multiple collisions. Bit of a dead leg there for the Frenchman up top. On a slot. Seems to be quite aggravated with this as well. Obviously, Liverpool coming off the back, as I said, that 4-0 victory versus Galatasaray. Midweek in the Champions League, a quick turnaround for them. That was the Wednesday night fixture. And playing the lunchtime fixture here. All I can think of is what Jurgen Klopp would be saying. He was not a big fan of the lunchtime kickoff. Hugo Ekitike really is struggling here. And treatment's coming out for Hugo Ekitike. Make sure the audio is good on my end. Score predictions for this one here. I ended up going with a Liverpool 2-0 victory. I know it's been a bit split online. I've checked some of the reviews online. People saying 2-1 Liverpool, 1-1. Obviously, earlier this season, Liverpool have gotten 2 victories over Brighton. 3-0 in the Premier League and 3-0 in the FA Cup and 2-0 in the Premier League. But we must remember, only less than a year ago, Ekitike really is struggling. Man in form might have to be replaced here. Looked like just a coming together, but might have been more seriously injured here. He's a player that's got a lighter frame, so maybe that contact's caused more problems than we initially think. I think Arne Slot's just telling the physio to get Ekitike moving. It does seem just a bit like a coming together. It's a poor giveaway in midfield. One back by Florian Wirtz. So Liverpool will play with 10 because Ekitike remains stricken on the touchline there. Ibrahim Kanate searching long ball. It's in Cody Gakpo's direction. And Milner backtracking. He seems to be everywhere right now, James Milner. Running around like a young 18-year-old on the park. And when those boos mean that, it is the return to the pitch for Hugo Ekitike. He still seems to be limping. He really is struggling, the Frenchman. Here's Virgil van Dijk. Lofted into a danger. Looking for Cody Gakpo. Got the first contact, but the header just flicked on to Paavo Bruggen in goal. He's had a much better run in recent weeks. Always seems to be the problem with Brighton. Who is the starting goalkeeper? And those boos again. Ekitike's gone down once again. That is such a strange way. It looks like that's his day done. And he's such a strange injury. Wondering if it's going to be a bit going on here because Ekitike will come off, but Curtis Jones coming on means that are we going to see Cody Gakpo down the middle and Florian Wirtz supporting him as a secondary forward? I don't think Arne Slot's quite impressed with Ekitike coming off. But he is now substituted in the opening 8 minutes. Such a strange start to the game for Liverpool and their big number 22. And straight down the tunnel for him. So Curtis Jones replacing Hugo Ekitike, and we're back underway in what has been a crazy start to our Saturday. 15-minute delay because of traffic. Then we've barely kicked the ball, and we've had so much disruption with the Ekitike injury, but we're finally back underway. Milner winning that first contact. He has been all over the park to start this one off. Gravenberch away from the Pascal Gross challenge. I threw a few to the right now, where Florian Wirtz is. Dropping that ball back into Dominic Szoboszlai, who's often been the man for Liverpool this season. 4 set-piece goals. The most goals from outside the box this season, the most free kick goals this season. Trailing only David Beckham and Robert for the most free kicks scored in a Premier League season with 5. So he might look to add to that. It's a great give and go between Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong. Gets his feet muddled. Szoboszlai! And he's blasted it up into row Z at the home end. Boy, it was a great little give and go here with Wirtz and Frimpong. He got in the inside, little reverse ball. Ferdi Kagioglu, who's been in some fantastic touch in recent weeks. In the end, halting the run of the Dutchman, Jeremy Frimpong, and that ended that swift move. Good start to the game for Liverpool. They've only managed 1 goal inside of the first 45 minutes of all away games this season. They've struggled on their road to get good starts to games. 3 first-half goals away from home, but only 1 has been scored in the opening 45 minutes. That came the opening away game versus Newcastle United. That ball's fallen away of Dominic Szoboszlai, and he's taken it well. And Dominic Szoboszlai's gone a dink from halfway, and Bart Verbruggen, for a moment, would have been a little bit worried, but having to backtrack and quite comfortably collect. But yeah, Liverpool slow starters away from home. It's sort of been a symbol of their season. They've never really kicked into gear, but just was at that result midweek in the Champions League against Galatasaray might be the fire starter for them this season. Right towards the end of it. Gakpo, away from one, but not the second challenge of Lewis Dunk. Advantage play by the referee. Pascal Gross, what a great signing he's been in January for Brighton. He's got Hinshelwood marching on. Here's Diego Gomez. And the return ball to Pascal Gross is well away from him. Great little touch for Curtis Jones. This game's really open now. Florian Wirtz looks to slip in. Cody Gakpo. Just a little heavy for the Dutchman. And his countryman off his line well, Bart Verbruggen. Now comes the Turkish Ferdi Kagioglu. This game is really open inside the first 11 minutes. Yankuba Minteh getting at Jeremy Frimpong and Georgi Mamadashvili, the former Valencia man, coming to collect. He gets his chance today in the absence of Alisson. Rare Premier League sighting for the Georgian. He's a great shot stopper. If you've watched any Valencia action across the last 2 seasons, you'll know the heroics he's provided. Florian Wirtz picked out once again. That's a great take. And a great crossfield pass to find Cody Gakpo. It's Mats Wiefer chasing him, and he's chasing him all the way to give away a corner kick. Cody Gakpo with that brace on his right hand. The Reds have had a good start, though. A really open game. Unlike what we saw from Brighton last week, they're much more compact and a bit more difficult to beat. But today, much more open, spaces to run into. And Liverpool exploiting that. Florian Wirtz and Cody Gakpo have both had a lot of free license to roam around inside the opening quarter of an hour. And this is the opening corner kick of the game for Liverpool. And as we see now, almost every game in the Premier League, they cram into the 6-yard box. It's Szoboszlai's right-footed in-swing up towards the near post. Dealt with by James Milner. Here's a substitute, Curtis Jones. Just dilly-dallying there for a minute and then caught out. And that pass was behind Jeremy Frimpong. He's also had a really tough start of things returning to the Premier League. Today, though, Dominic Szoboszlai not playing right back and playing in that midfield diamond. Him and Alexis McCarthy a little bit further ahead of Ryan Gravenberch. And then the number 10 was Florian Wirtz. Now it's going to be Curtis Jones. Little nothing for really Brighton to feed off going... and that's a really overhit pass from Mamadashvili. And Kanate was not expecting that, and that touch was poor. It's been a scrappy opening quarter of an hour. Not much in terms of defensive security for either side. Kadioglu dinks that towards the back post. Diego Gomez. Header goes goal, and it's 1-0! And Danny Welbeck is on the score sheet again. And the Seagulls are flying on the Saturday lunchtime fixture. And the man that is just irresistible in front of goal right now, Danny Welbeck, has made a 1-0 for the Seagulls. 11th Premier League goal of the season. And the English forward continues his rich vein of form. So careless from Liverpool. Firstly, the poor pass from Abadashvili gives his throw away. And Kadioglu, no man marking there. Allows time to cross the ball into the back post. Gomez across the face. And in the end, it's Danny Welbeck rising over the top of Ibrahima Konate. 1-0 Brighton. And from basically no service, the first chance he gets, he nods in at the back post. Welbeck and Brighton take the lead. And more questions about this Liverpool side. It's weak. It's careless from Liverpool. It's really been a symbol of their season. Mistake-riddled, second best, and slow starters yet again in the Premier League. And Arne Slot has cut a really frustrated figure inside the first quarter of an hour. And his team now trail. Wirtz, can it be the instant response? Wirtz into Cody Gakpo. Just got caught on it. Mats Vifa with a pivotal touch at the back. And Liverpool could have struck back instantly. But Cody Gakpo, as most Liverpool fans have been frustrated with him this season, just too sluggish to get the ball out of his feet. Massive chance to strike back instantly. Kirkes, here's Wirtz. He's been absolutely everywhere so far. Sobersleit, and that pass is also careless. And Jeremy Frimpong can't keep that in play. And I've mentioned it there. He is the top scoring Englishman in the Premier League, Danny Welbeck. And he's doing his best to get that ticket to the United States. Just such a dangerous figure. Any half chance, any mistake, he'll gobble it up. And he's done that yet again here. Versus the Liverpool side that we thought had the better of the things to start this game off, but careless defending. Just gifted Brighton avenues this game here. John Paul Van Hecker, Welbeck all the time in the world to take that ball down. In the end, headed it down towards a dangerous area. Konate dealt with it. Kadioglu, what a great run of form he's been in. Yankuba Minte, Kadioglu, this left-hand side for Brighton has flourished in the last month. The turnaround has been there. 3 points back of 8th place Everton. A win here today puts equal in points with Everton in 8th. That will get you European football, we'd assume. So, despite that rough run of form, only one win in 13 games, starting from December onwards. They've turned it around come 2026. And Fabian Hertzler, well, he was a man almost losing his job come January. As we're in the end of March, he's looking like one of the more safer jobs in the Premier League. And Brighton looking one of the more stable sides in the division. Kirkes. That's a nice switch of play to his fullback partner in Jeremy Frimpong. Liverpool just need to compose themselves here. It's been a crazy start to the game. Very open from both sides. Not much structure. Great turn from McAllister. He goes searching for Jeremy Frimpong. And he's just been out-muscled by Yankuba Minte. Putting a great shift there defensively. Only the one man of the park that probably could keep up. Jeremy Frimpong. Quite quick over the grass. Mamadashvili. Searches long. It's no one in particular. Mats Vifa can coolly head back to his goalkeeper. Take a breath. Back and forth start to this one here. The delayed kickoff, maybe allowed the players to get into the swing of things from the go. You often see a sluggish start Saturday lunchtime, but today's been totally different. Mistakes, open back lines, end-to-end game. And look, you'd think it would suit the Liverpool style of football and their attacking play. But once again, the defensive frailties keep rearing their heads. They'll go 3 games defending well and being mistake-free. Then you got that first goal there, where it's just a lack of intent, lack of pressure on the ball. Speaking of which, Van Dijk miskicks his clearance. It's gross. Vifa. Big lead this one here for Brighton. Only 2 wins out of their past 9 home games. No Europe this season. Out of all cup competitions, it is solely focused on these last 8 Premier League games to make sure they climb that Premier League table, potentially refine European football for next campaign. A lot of competition in there. Everton, Brentford, Newcastle marching as well. Look at Yankuba Minte getting past Curtis Jones with ease. Second most successful dribbles in the Premier League this season. Only behind Jeremy Doku. Diego Gomez now. He's been a real goal threat this season. Minter again. Dunk. Fizzed that one out to 30 Kagoglu. Reverse ball to Yankuba Minte. Dinked it in. Gomez attacks it. Never really got on top of the header. Uncontrolled and out for a Liverpool goal kick. But fantastic play for the Seagulls. It's fluent. It's flowing. It's got Liverpool constantly sliding. Just a little bit over the top of the Argentine. Couldn't quite get it under control. Van Acker winning that header. Second ball, though, nicked away by Florian Wirtz. Now Kjerkes. The Hungarian looks for the German, but Van Acker across really well. Once again, the Dutchman showing his quality. 20 minutes into this one. An Ekitike injury and a Danny Welbeck goal being the key talking points. Diego Gomez picking up that assist with a header back across goal. Adds to his 2 goals in his previous 4 games. Good little upturn in form from him. Wirtz in a bit of a deeper pocket, finding his former Leverkusen teammate and Jeremy Frimpong. Turn ball to Szoboszlai. Great ball in. Great header from Alexis McAllister, but Bart Verbruggen was down well to his near post. That's much better from Liverpool. No surprises, the play involved Dominic Szoboszlai. Strong run at the defender from Frimpong. Reversed the ball back to the Hungarian, and that cross was pinpoint. Header was fantastic as well, but Bart Verbruggen will take a lot to beat him tonight. Szoboszlai to take. It's a real floater in to Van Dijk. Second ball, no one dealt with it. No one really took it down either, and everyone just watched that ball land. Szoboszlai. He looked to reset Liverpool now. Crossfield ping. Van Dijk with the header. There is Milos Kjerkes. Searching for an option. Nothing really being made available to him. McAllister. That's a nice little ball at the Ryan Gravenberch. Space to turn. And he's brought down by a really poor challenge from Gomez in quite a dangerous position for the Reds. They'll fancy their chances from here. Just outside the D. And as I was saying earlier, Dominic Szoboszlai's 4 free kick goals this season is the most in the Premier League and one shy of a Premier League record. This is his sort of region. Cool one recently versus Tottenham, partially under Vicaria's effort, but we've seen what he's done this season at Anfield in particular. Liverpool, City, Tottenham, and away at the Vitality versus Bournemouth only a couple of weeks ago. This is a really good spot. We've seen him score from these sort of regions already this season, Dominic Szoboszlai, so he'll fancy this. Hinchelwood's the draft excluder. A 5-man Brighton wall, 3-man Liverpool blocking wall. Will he go near post? Will he go far post? You know he'll go with the laces, though. It's Szoboszlai over this free kick. Dominic Szoboszlai got it up, but got it up above the crossbar as well. Big chance miss there for the Hungarian. Good curl. Good speed, but never quite the dip required. He's in the right area, though. His touch is getting away from him. Out to play, Liverpool throw. Kirkers to Curtis Jones. Now then, Gakpo turns away from one challenge and the next. And then endures a late challenge from Yankuba Minte, which was deemed to be a foul and a yellow card offence from the referee as well. Don't know if it was really a yellow card. Oh, yeah, it is late. Yeah, well, it probably is a yellow card offence in the end. Minter in the book. Szoboszlai have another free kick. This one out of range, you'd think. Saying that. The man he is, you have a look. Is it one of those ones you just have a hit and hope the keeper parries it into a dangerous space? Or does he look for Ibrahima Kanate and Van Dijk on the far side? It is the latter. Van Dijk, the first contact. Kirkers looked close for the second. In the end, bundled away by Lewis Dunk. Liverpool fans rising in voice. They feel a bit of a momentum swing here. The third Liverpool corner. Third of which taken by Dominic Szoboszlai. Van Dijk, as always, is the theme of things, is the major target from this set piece. Liverpool lined up from the edge of the 6-yard box. Out in the 18-yard box here. Van Dijk, the first contact. Van Hecker away. One Dutchman to the next there. Frimpong wins an important header. Inverts the second ball. Fantastic. Szoboszlai. Minte might have just avoided a second yellow offence there in short span. What happens here? Oh, nothing in that. Barely a foul. Frimpong has gone down softly. Back underway. Liverpool trailing for the Danny Welbeck earlier effort. Boy, do they need a response. Gravenberch looking for Kirkers. Disrupted, however, by Jean-Paul Van Hecker's right foot. Van Dijk with the big crossfield switch. Looking for Jeremy Frimpong. He's dealt with, though, by Ferdi Kadioglu. Liverpool have gone up a gear. By no means in sports mode, but just start to turn that pressure valve up. Making this Brighton side work harder. But Brighton will be happy with the start. Capitalise on a Liverpool mistake. You can see the last 5 minutes, 85% possession for Liverpool. They've grabbed a hold of this game, but it's a little late. They're already trailing. And as I said, they've struggled away from home in the opening 45 minutes. Only one goal in their travels inside of the first 45 this season. That's a great ball from McAllister. So that's a bit too much for Curtis Jones, and Ferdi Kadioglu has put it behind for the Liverpool fourth corner kick. Important touch in the end from Kadioglu. Might have got away from Curtis Jones, but he wasn't to note. Liverpool corner kick now. Szoboszlai's right footer. Not quite fully dealt with. It's repelled as far as Frimpong. He recycles that ball to the keeper, Mamardashvili. It's a long ball. Oh, it's a poor flick back. And out of nothing, it's the Hungarian Milos Kerkez to make it 1-1. He sprung on that out of nowhere. Lewis Dunk's backwards flicked header to an unseen Milos Kerkez. And that is fantastic reactive work. Mamardashvili's a long ball really looked like a nothing ball. Dunk's flicked header back, and Kerkez is there on the scene with a quite brilliant first time dinked finish. We're all square inside half an hour. And after the poor defending for the first goal, it's a defender from the Reds to strike back. Very tricky, very clever. Well played, Milos Kerkez. It's not often you see Lewis Dunk make a mistake, but he was caught out there. And the Hungarian says, the left-back spot's mine. And Andy Robertson featuring more prominently in the second half of the season. Pressure's been on the Hungarian to respond, and what a response that one is there. Game on again. Milner. Now Matsvifa. He's got runners on the left-hand side here, one of which is Ferdi Kadioglu. What's the Turk got? Dangerous ball across the box. Finds Diego Gomez. His first touch, poor. Gets his own feet muddled up there. Back to James Milner. Now Matsvifa. His first touch, poor. Wirtz. Looked to tuck it around the corner to Cody Gakpo. Couldn't find him. Couldn't find him a second time either. Liverpool just penned him for the time being. Gomez. Got that headed assist for the opener. His cross disrupted by Curtis Jones. Wirtz looking for Gakpo again. And yet can't find him. Gakpo just too slow. Funny old game, this one. We are back level, though. Here's Jack Hinchelwood. Well back. Great to give him a go. Hinchelwood. Always rising. Too central as well. That's a great passage, though, from Brighton. Hinchelwood a little bit further forward this season. And in this game, he's playing the number 10. That box-to-box role sort of is his spot. But wherever Fabian Ertzer needs him, he feels like he fills in. Fullback, number 6, number 8, now number 10. Gakpo fouling Matsvifa for that. Referee saying grabbing of the t-shirt. I think many would have had Milos Kerkez on their bingo card to be a goal scorer today, but he has provided the all-important touch for Liverpool to draw level here. Danny Welbeck scoring in the first quarter of an hour. Levelled up on the half-hour mark by Milos Kerkez. We are all square in what has been a quite entertaining first half. And Milos Kerkez not happy with his goalkeeper not coming off his line there. Having to hook away for the Brighton throw. FIFA. There's Lewis Dunk, whose header back to his goalkeeper was disrupted by Kerkez to find that equaliser. As I said, you don't often see Lewis Dunk make a mistake, let alone a mistake that leads to a goal like that. Tika there chatting with Freddie Woodman. He's on the bench today with Alisson absent. Mamardashvili promoted to the starting goalkeeper position, and Freddie Woodman makes the bench. He lost Ekatike inside of 9 minutes today. Picking up a knock from a coming together with James Milner. Here's Yankuba Minteh. He's always so dangerous driving at defenders. 54 successful dribbles this season. Second most, trailing Jeremy Doku by 10. Gross. Milner. Two central midfielders playing keepy off for the time being. Kadioglu. And the reverse ball for Minter. Got a tangle with Jeremy Frimpong, but the referee is unfazed by that. Vifa. McAllister. Both fighting away in there. Here those two again. Frimpong and Minter. Ten minutes plus stoppages to play in this first half. Delayed start to the kickoff here. Saturday lunchtime. Traffic in the Brighton area denying access for Liverpool fans on time. So 15-minute delay today. But boy, have we not been starved of exciting action inside the first half. It's putting that stat there. It's the second time this season Liverpool scored inside of the first 45 minutes of a game away from home. It's a big moment there for them. We know they grow into games away from home, and strong starts haven't been their forte. Maybe today is the day it changes. Danny Welbeck's done well. Found Mats Vifa. Crossfield pass, asking a lot of Yankuba Minter. Jeremy Frimpong can allow that ball to get out of play, but hasn't done a good enough job. And then Brighton get the throw back. James Milner. Looking at the former Liverpool man, Conja, for this Brighton side. Him and Pascal Gross hold a lot of keys in midfield. That's a great little ball into Yankuba Minter. Reverse pass off 30, Kadioglu. Drills it across the 18-yard box. Gomez. Now with Milner. Boy, is he growing to be quite an influential figure for this Brighton side this season. Really thought he was there just to make up the numbers, but absolutely not. In particular, now that Pascal Gross has had the experience in that midfield, the quality on the ball, it's quite sensational. Partially has been for this turnaround come the start of the new year. December and the start of January was quite miserable. Since then, though, for the Seagulls fans, it's been as good as the weather today. Kadioglu's on well to keep that ball alive. Gross drifting out wide left. Here's the Turk. Canate dealing with that. Comes out to Mats Vifa. Never really looked likely. Out to play. Liverpool goal kick. Liverpool looking to play out of the press here with Van Dijk. There's the stats on screen. 4 attempts on goal for Brighton, 1 on target. 6 attempts for Liverpool, 2 of which have been on target. Most important stat, though, is the one on screen, the big one. 1 apiece for both these two sides. Poor defending for the Brighton goal. And a moment of reactive brilliance from Milos Kerkez to pounce on a Lewis Dunk header to make it 1 apiece. Searching ball from Van Dijk, and the only thing he's searching for there is Bartha Bruggens accepting gloves. Van Acker. Welbeck's drop off. Didn't quite find the intended target. They won it back, however, Brighton quite quickly. So, Welbeck. He goes back towards the keeper, Bartha Bruggen. James Milner. Danny Welbeck dropping in deep here to receive. In the Milos Kerkez fouling Mats Vifa. Allowing Brighton and out. Liverpool's pressing work be much better since they equalised. Too much space, I thought, though, in the opening 20 minutes of both sides. Pascal Gross pass, strangely, he's straight at the target. Arneslot continuing to bark at the fourth official on the touchline. Mamardashvili, another poor kick. Mintes touches not much better, and in the end, Frimpong can see it out for Liverpool goal kick. Funky start for those two, Mamardashvili and Frimpong. Gakpo upended. No fouls as the referee. Pascal Gross with a fantastic turn. Minten out. Away from Konate. Holding off Konate. And in the end, the referee says nothing there. The home support is not happy with that call whatsoever. But look at Ibrahima Konate grabbed a hold of Minten and then brought him down. That's a large hold of his left arm and then sticks a foot in. From the referee's point of view, won the ball. Milos Kirk gets a bit shaken up there. Mina in the ear of the referee. Liverpool deciding to play short, then go long. McAllister's touch initially got away from him, but it fell the way of Florian Wirtz. And with 4 minutes to play, Liverpool now on the attack on this right-hand side with Frimpong. Jones gives him the return ball. It's Frimpong on this right-hand channel. Sets it back. Brighton back covering now with all 11 men behind the football. Gakpo. Got Diego Gomez all over him. Hassling him all the way. Good pressure from the forward. Gakpo gets away from the challenge though. Now Gravenberch. Jeremy Frimpong now. Sizing up Yankuba Mintet. Dropping it off for Curtis Jones. Haven't seen much of him since he came on in the 9th minute for Hugo Katike. Have seen a lot of that man there though. Milos Kirkes, the goal scorer. Liverpool trailed due to Danny Welbeck's opener. And struck back on the half-hour mark. Thanks to Milos Kirkes. Quick thinking and reaction to the backwards header. Frimpong the cutback. And Dunk again trying to be smart. In the end, chesting it behind for a corner kick. Just got to get rid, I think, at that point, if you're Lewis Dunk, rather than being too cute about it. The Brighton skipper making 2 mistakes in the opening half here. Szoboszlai over Liverpool's 5th corner kick, none of which have really proven to be much of a threat. Gakpo, Konate, Van Dijk, Gravenberch, all keen interest in this one here. Flowed towards a near post. Wirtz gets the first touch. And Milner hooks away. Curtis Jones. 2 minutes plus stoppages to go. Gravenberch with a great turn. Dink with the ball for Van Dijk. It was back into a danger for Konate, but in the end, that time around, Dunk dealt with it. And Verbruggen came and collected. Nice patches over Liverpool. Gravenberch once again. Quite dazzling with his dribbling. It was really fizzed into Van Dijk. Couldn't do much but hit that ball in there. Oh! Nearly another poor giveaway. This time by Pascal Gross. Wow. Duncan Gross making mistakes. 2 men you wouldn't be thinking you'd be mentioning in the same sentence. Dominic Szoboszlai will be kicking himself if he couldn't get in the end of that one there. Pass across the box. Loose. Almost getting Liverpool a second goal in this first 45 minutes. Flying Verts keeps that ball alive. Hinchelwood nipping at his ankles. Van Dijk. Minter's let that one roll. Canate's brought him down. Hinchelwood. I'm with the commentator there. The advantage was on because Minter was through. Liverpool centre-half in the book, joining Yankuba Minter. As we tick in towards the end of the first 45 and into stoppages. Nothing to separate these two sides still. Diego Gomez. Dangerous header. Van Dijk wicks away. Got 5 minutes of stoppages to come. Couple of injury scares with Hugo Ekitike going down twice and eventually going off. And then 2 goals as well. That's where we've got our stoppages from. Pascal Gross. That's a great flicked on header from Kadioglu. And Minter's running at this Liverpool backline. Yankuba Minter, the cross deflected. Oh, an important touch then for Mamadashvili to keep that out of the feet of the Brighton men attacking that ball in the 6-yard box. And Liverpool escape once again. They've been absolutely dominating on the left-hand channel. Liverpool. Minter and Kadioglu doing whatever they want, whenever they want. Gross ball in. Not dealt with by Frimpong. Minter fakes. Then eventually puts the cross in and Jeremy Frimpong stays with it. But it's behind for a Brighton corner kick. Their second of this matchup. Minter's cross takes a deep touch and almost dinked over the hands of Mamadashvili. An important left claw, however. Gross over Brighton's debut corner today. The big names lined up and bunched up at the back post. They run towards the near post now. Gross will cross. Van Dijk dealing with it. Out as far as James Milner. That ball poor. Almost made it work in the end. Another poor defensive header. This time by Ferdi Kadioglu. And Milner matches the young Florian Wirtz every step of the way. What's the first 45 James Milner's had? Every blade of grass seems to be covered by the veteran. Most Premier League appearances by any man. He's shown experience and the rest today. Put a great stint in midfield, but doesn't take away from Florian Wirtz's first 45 minutes. Might not got a goal or an assist, but has had a massive impact and has been a very rare bright spark for his Liverpool side in the first half of the game. As we tick in to the 3rd minute of stoppages. That ball for Frimpong to chase. He'll get onto that. That turn of speed makes a difference there. Drop back to McAllister. His shot deflected. Dealt with by Milner. Poor touch over from Jack Hinchelwood. Florian Wirtz. Still Florian Wirtz. Took on the effort. Slow and straight at Verbruggen, however. One bit of stoppages to come. Canante winning that duel up there with Welbeck. Frimpong heads straight back up into the sky. And Minter deeming to have fouled Jeremy Frimpong there. He is on a yellow. Look at that first half stats. Basically leveled up. 50% each. 5 attempts for the Seagulls, 6 for the Reds. It's a great cross-field ping, but Milos Kerkez couldn't get his feet sorted out. Man's FIFA around the corner. Only as far as Alexis McAllister. He was fouled by Diego Gomez. More frustration for the Brighton Hove Albion fans, and Gomez is in the book. So Brighton have 2 men in the book. Gomez and Minter. Liverpool have Ibrahim Konate in the book as well. In the last passages here of the first half, nothing separating them as of yet. This last Liverpool set piece caused problems for the Brighton and Albion backline. We'll have to wait and see. As expected, Sabozzo over it. Or queuing up towards the back of the box. Sabozzo's ball doesn't hit the first man. That brings to an end the first half action. It was a really, really bright start for the Reds. They got off to an absolute flyer. But in the end, it was Danny Welbeck to open the scoring in the 14th minute. He headed home. A return header from Diego Gomez across the box. Then from there, Liverpool equalised on the half-hour mark. Lewis Dunk's flicked header towards the goalkeeper, disrupted by Milos Kerkez in his first-time dinked effort over Bart Verbruggen. Proved to be a pivotal touch at that. So as it stands, 1 apiece into the half-time interval. Both teams putting up a really entertaining game. It's been open. It's been end-to-end. We could be in for a few more goals in the second half. But I'll go for a short break, and we'll be back after the half-time break for more Premier League action. All right, ladies and gents, back for the second half action. Big second half of that. Seeing a stat come up on screen. Brighton have conceded the second least amount of goals in the second half of any Premier League match this season. Only trailing Arsenal in that stat there. So that says a lot about the football they play in the second half. And you know how last week versus Sunderland they were so competitive. Not far away now from second half. Football recommencing. Liverpool need the win to try and secure that top 4 spot in the Premier League. Brighton, a win takes them up into the top half and they can put pressure on that final European position. Brighton will get us kicked off here for the second half. They are kicking from right to left. Liverpool from left to right, attacking the away fans in this second half. Really crazy first 45. Open game. Ekitike going off inside the opening moments. Welbeck pouncing on some poor Liverpool defending. And then a real moment of madness with Dunk's header back to his goalkeeper being intervened by Milos Kerkez meant Liverpool equalised with just their second goal inside of the first 45 minutes away from home this season. Yankuba Minte on a yellow. Ibrahim Konate on a yellow. So there's Diego Gomez as well. Well, as the second half got up its sleeve. Here's Cody Gakpo's started well, but became quite invisible as the first half grew on. Got himself in a bit of trouble, then away into the feet of Dominic Szoboszlai. He's always dangerous in these sort of areas here. Dinks it across to Jeremy Frimpong, whose first touch let him down. Him and Yankuba Minte have had a real ding-dong battle in the opening moments of this game here. Minte in the yellow. Two speedsters as well. It's going to be a good fun to watch that battle in the second half. Arne Slot has looked agitated and angry all game. Not quite happy with the way his side's structured up. Curtis Jones now. He was held on to by Jack Hinchelwood, and it'll be a Liverpool free kick. The referee there shaking his head saying, yep, you pulled him. Liverpool missing their most prolific scorer of the season, Ekitike, with 11 goals and 4 assists in the Premier League. Also with that Mohamed Salah as well. He's missed through a quadriceps injury, I believe. And Danny Welbeck's picked up a yellow card there for Not getting out of the zone. I've got a laggy system. Always happens in these Saturday streams. If we're back on track here. We're at last. Diego Gomez. Oh, great little dummy for Minter. Gross look for the return ball. And he intervened by Virgil van Dijk. McAllister now. Oh, again, we're slow. McAllister's crossfield pass is poor. Resync here on my screens. They're at back level now. Fabian Hertzler, much happier with the two managers, I think, from these opening moments. Already 9 losses this season for Liverpool. I do not want to make it a 10th in this game here. Already the worst losing percentage since the 14-15 season for them. At 30%. So they want to be much better. And not throw away some points. United dropping points last night on Friday Night Football. Villa's inconsistency. They've got West Ham in a tricky fixture there. And Newcastle United and Chelsea seem to be coming in some decentish form at the right time of the season. Here's Jack Hinchelwood. Yankuba Minter. His cutback's poor. Finds the Argentine Alexis McAllister. And that's a great long ball. He searches for and finds Florian Wirtz. And Van Hecker in the way to disrupt that slipped in pass for Cody Gakpo. Big moment wasted there for Liverpool. In the end, Van Hecker's pass, a little bit too much juice on it. Thrown away. Florian Wirtz had so many almost moments this season. He's had a lot of almost moments in this game here as well. Just feel like if Cody Gakpo and Wirtz can find somewhere near their best, the Liverpool side would be in a much better position than they currently are. It's always felt like a really underwhelming season for the Reds. Yet they're into a Champions League quarter-final tie and also in the FA Cup as well. Wirtz. Gravenberch. Jones. Wirtz. This is good for Liverpool. Neat and tidy in here. There's that reverse ball looking for Cody Gakpo. Able to clear his feet. Danny Welbeck goes down, but Van Dijk won the ball. So Liverpool pen Brighton in here for the moment. Gakpo looked offside by quite a distance there. Flag still hasn't gone up. Mustn't have been offside. Wirtz. Reds fans finding their voice behind the goal their team's attacking. Ball slipped in looking for Gakpo. I take it under control there and it's out for a goal kick. Fulham Burnley up next. Obviously only 8 games this weekend in the Premier League. We had a Friday night fixture as well. So only 7 games for Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Minter, Kadioglu. It's a storming one from 30 Kadioglu. And Mamadash really had to be smart about it and parried it out for a goal kick, a quarter kick. Great run from the Turk. As I've said, The first half has been getting better and better as the season going on. That's a great cross. And Mats Vifa just couldn't direct it into the back of the net. Smart, quick taken corner. Pascal Gross, too much space, too much time for him. Again, Liverpool switching off from a set play. Don't stop the cross. Don't get tight to those in the box. It's almost a recipe repeated for Brighton from the first half goal. Liverpool get away with one there. Birds pressuring Lewis Dunk. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen. That long ball is out to touch. It'll be a Mamardashvili's goal kick. Just got to worry about Liverpool. Quick turnaround. Wednesday, obviously, at least in the country versus Galatasaray, but it's a quick turnaround to play Saturday lunchtime. Obviously, Arsenal City playing tomorrow in the cup final, so they get the extra day rest. Villa, who always play Thursday night, though, got the Sunday game as well. So Liverpool seemingly getting the disadvantage of playing Saturday, but also the Saturday early fixture. And we obviously know what happened in this fixture last year. Brighton turning it around from a 2-1 deficit to a 3-2 victory on the penultimate match day of season 24-25. They'll believe they can outrun this Liverpool side as the game goes deeper. And we know how many late goals Liverpool have conceded this season. Gomez, Gross. Trying to be too... Oh. I don't know how that's a foul. Brighton fans quite rightly frustrated with the referee because Hinchwood looked like he won the ball there. The groans have been warranted from the Brighton fans. Suppose like getting away with overplaying it out from the back. This time he couldn't though. Gross around the corner. One back though by Dominic Szoboszlai. He gets the ball out of his feet and looks at Cody Gakpo. He looked offside. And this time the referee does put his flag up. Brighton unbeaten in their last 3 home Premier League matches versus the Reds. 2 draws and a win across the last 3 seasons at home. Can they make it unbeaten in 4 Premier League home matches with a positive result here? Kadioglu, who's continued to march down his left-hand channel. Jeremy Frimpong, though, matched him every step of the way. Brighton, though, winning 50-50s. In the first 10 minutes of the second half, it has been Brighton and looked the brighter of the 2 sides. Pardon the pun there. Minter. Dominic Szoboszlai backpedaling. It's a great ball. It's tapped home. Danny Welbeck makes it 2. They're waiting for a flag. The flag isn't coming. Super Danny Welbeck again. Double trouble for Danny Welbeck. And it's double trouble for Liverpool. Again conceding early. At the start of a half. Fantastic whipped in ball from Yankuba Minteh. And again, too much time. Dominic Szoboszlai giving him too much space. And who is it getting on the end of that? I think it's Jack Hinchelwood. And is Danny Welbeck behind the line of the ball? That's the question. That angle looks worse. He might be off. He never really celebrated. Oh, such a well-worked goal. It deserves to be a goal, but the lines will be drawn. He does look off. I think he's going to be given offside here. He's ahead of the line of the ball there. It's almost a sign of the times, isn't it? Danny Welbeck kept looking to the lines and saying, can I celebrate? Can I celebrate? And after all of that, he might not be able to celebrate because on this angle here, that looks offside. But I get these right about 40% of the time, so watch him be onside by a mile. I've got the semi-automated lines drawn up. have to wait and see if this... It does stand. So Danny Welbeck does score. And it's 2 in the day for the English centre-forward. It's 12 goals in the Premier League season. His best return ever in the Premier League. And what a goal that one was there. Great cross for Minter. And the extra pass for Jack Hinchwood. The craftiness from the young creator. And the big centre-forward strikes again. What a year to find the form. That's your ticket to the US, I think. And those Brighton fans are loving it. Liverpool have to come from behind again. Super Danny Welbeck. Double time. Liverpool again have to show us what they've got. What have those tiring legs got? It's not been a great start to the second half. Hinchelwood. Now Liverpool winning the 50-50s. Wirtz finds Kirkes. Another Liverpool man have gone down. That's Curtis Jones, and Kirkes has run out of green grass. Jones shaken up. Holding his knee. Oh, foot of a follow through there from Jack Hinchelwood. He gets the ball, but does get a bit of a follow through there on Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones isn't happy. Here's that semi-automated offside. There's nothing in that there. That's a bee's penis away from being offside. Gravenberg now filing. Jack Hinchelwood. What a start the second half he's had. Danny Welbeck now to 12 goals in the Premier League. Came to this game equaling his season best of last year. Now he's at a career best of 12. Minter. Canate backpedaling. Yankuba Minter still. Final product not there. The dribbling wizard in the Premier League continues to show his quality. Long ball looking for Florian Wirtz. Verbruggen off his line. We're an hour in and the Seagulls lead. Hinchelwood. Oh, and then Canate let it run. Now Minter. And Frimpong's fought him back, and that will be a yellow card for the Dutchman. Pressure building now in Liverpool. Both are yellow now, Frimpong and Minter. So Rio Ngamoa is getting his kits off. So another shuffle for the Liverpool side. You'd expect Ngamoa to come on, Frimpong to make way, and Dominic Szoboszlai to return back to right back. It's having a theme of his season, hasn't it? Never quite settled any position. So Georgian setting his wall. Pascal Gross have a keen eye for this one here. Here's Diego Gomez, though, over it. He's only Diego Gomez over it. So a four-man Liverpool wall. Gomez with great whip. Oh, that was on target. Mamardashvili with a strong right hand. Just strikes it so well. Great whip, dip. Mamardashvili had to go quickly. And a really powerful right hand there because that had venom behind it. Brighton on fire in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Deserving of their lead. Crowd wanted handball. Players didn't. That says a lot. Gakpo away. What can Liverpool do on the break, maybe? That's a great pass. Jeremy Frimpong wanted it, but Bart Verbruggen off his line well. Szoboszlai's header only straight to Danny Welbeck. Kadioglu couldn't clear his feet. So here comes Liverpool alteration. And Gamal coming on for Jeremy Frimpong. And I'd expect Dominic Szoboszlai will drop in a right back. Exciting here. Real Gamal has got a bit about him. He's going to bring some energy and intensity, isn't he? It's that Liverpool front line. Could he be the game changer? Szoboszlai, little nutmeg on Danny Welbeck. That's a welcome to the back line. Amadashvili searching for the new man on the pitch. Van Hecker away. How to pay for a throw. It's Curtis Jones who slotted at right back, so the versatility continues. 4 attempts for Liverpool, for Brighton, sorry. None for Liverpool in the second half. Really good start for the Seagulls. Dominic Szoboszlai. That's an 50 little pass to find Florian Wirtz, not a space. He slips in Curtis Jones. Oh, what an effort. And a fantastic save down to his bottom right from Bart Verbruggen. That's better from Liverpool. They've been shot shy and attacking shy in the second half, but that's much better. Szoboszlai into Wirtz, Wirtz into Jones. Forcing a big save from the Dutchman in goal. They've come alive eventually. 20 minutes into this second half, Liverpool. Szoboszlai's ball. Oh, Verbruggen came, but his fist was floppy. That went nowhere. I'll tell you what, watching Andre Onana for a lot of years now, that's a worry when they can't clear the space with a punch. Liverpool's 7th corner in front of those adoring away fans. Right footed out, swinging out. Jones! Oh! So it's McAllister actually at the near post. That's a massive chance for Alexis McAllister, who in recent times has become such a threat from these set plays. Relatively unmarked in the end. And just couldn't redirect the header on target. There's that Brighton goal. I still don't know how that looks onside. Obviously, we don't have the cameras they do, but it just looks off. Danny Welbeck again. 2 today. And this man seems to get better with age. Szoboszlai's flicked header. Gross's touch. It's pressuring. The question remains, can Liverpool sustain this pressure here? James Milner, I haven't seen much of him in the second half. Gomez has dropped in a little bit more narrow. Gross. Kadioglu. Gravenberg just chested that onto play. Foul there by Hinchelwood. Oh, great take from Welbeck. And around the corner for Yankuba Minter. He's gone in behind of Curtis Jones. Minter! Oh, what a save for Mamardashvili. He came off his line well. He made a big save, I think, even with his head. And McAllister brings down Van Hecker. I'll see him in the book as well. Great feet. Look at this massive chance for Minter, though. With his chest. I tell you what, though. That's where he's sort of come up short. Young Kevin Minter. Swift with the ball at his feet. Tricky with the ball at his feet. But his end product's never really been a strong suit for him. Hertz in the book as well. Add that to the list. Ingemoa alongside Cody Gakpo is that sort of front two. Oh, that's a great pass on Pascal. Oh, Van Dijk nicking it off his foot in the end. There's a real chance there for the German to take it down and then get the ball out of his feet. That time that quickly got gobbled up by Virgil van Dijk. Mamardashvili with his left foot. And as far as Mats Wiefer, Diego Gomez. Let's come off him and out of play. Liverpool throw. It's a good looking ball for Alexis McAllister. He finds Cody Gakpo. Relatively quiet in the second half. That's a lot of the Liverpool players. Jones added too much pepper for McAllister to take in. I tell you what, that kick from Verbruggen's worked out well. Landed the feet of Yankuba Minter. Got Ibrahima Konate for company. Kanate's gone with him every step of the way there. And he's won a corner, Minter. He's asked the fans to get up. Great solo run from the winger. Had himself one hell of a second half. Three-game home unbeaten run versus Liverpool continues. Potential to 4 here for Brighton as it's in their advantage now. Gross. It's away. Into a dangerous area. Welbeck 1 of 3. It's Gomez. Van Dijk 6 a foot out. Liverpool on the back foot. Oh, it's a great pass from Bart Verbruggen. Gomez does well not to concede a goal kick. Instead, Liverpool throw. There's Carlos Baleba readying to go. So one of the elder statesmen in midfield obviously going to make way. It's a poor pass from Wirtz into a dangerous spot. In the end, Curtis Jones has done well with it. And Kadioglu's beaten Szoboszlai to it. Brighton just winning those 50-50s in this second half. It's making the difference. Minter. Under 20 minutes to play in regulation in this Saturday lunchtime kickoff. Brighton have come and they delivered, continuing their great run of form. Gomez, Wiefer, Van Dijk sticks a leg out and gets it away. Kept alive there by Florian Wirtz. Ingemoa. Wirtz again. Throw Liverpool. really pose much of a threat in the second half, the Reds. Karim Matoma also rating himself. Double change inbound for Brighton. Fresh legs. Youthful legs at that. Gross. Or Canate didn't want to get much with it. And he's bundled over Velbeck. Referee said nothing doing. Yeah, I was having a look. Great feet from Gravenberch. And Gamoa, superb feet. And he's brought down by Gross. Once again, Liverpool at the back. Mistakes. Careless. Slow and sluggish. There's nothing in that. Welbeck goes to ground too easy for my liking. Just in it. Kick back into gear here, the Reds. Bit of possession. Bit of control back. It's played at a pace right now that the Reds can't keep up with. And Gamoa. To Florian Wirtz. And Gamoa to Florian Wirtz. Had that real good run of form into the new year. The large amount of assists and goals, but gone quiet in recent weeks. Performances have been good though. But boy, would they love Florian Wirtz to impact with a goal contribution right now. Van Dijk with a barnstorming run. Kirkus has gone down, I don't think under any contact, so that could be a worry. He's back on his feet. Wirtz. Konate. Liverpool centre forwards. So centre halves are having a bit of a flurry forward here. And Gamoa, that's quick feet. Away from one. Not away from Mats Vifa. Yeah, nothing doing, goal kick. Federico Chiesa getting himself ready. So Yankuba Minte. Making way. And Karim Matoma on. Hockey assist for him for that second goal. And James Milner will make way for Carlos Baleba. What a game he's put in, James Milner, against his former side. Has not put a foot wrong and honestly feel like he could play forever. Andy Robertson and Federico Chiesa will come on for Liverpool. So Robertson on for Milos Kerkez. Konate coming off for Chiesa. So Liverpool going all out attack here. So Liverpool throwing the kitchen sink nice and early here with 14 minutes of regulation to play. Gravenberch slips in a centre half alongside Curtis Jones, Van Dijk and Andy Robertson. It is Dominic Szoboszlai, McAllister deepest, and then Rian Gamoa, Chiesa, Gakpo, and Wirtz up top. Great run for Matoma. The cutback's perfect. Oh, and Hinchwood just missed his kick. Now Wirtz getting away. Gakpo and Chiesa's running in behind. This has been Chiesa at his best. Van Hecke's backpedaling. Federico Chiesa. Van Hecke back well. When is he not back well? He is so good in these spots. Because Chiesa is one of the best in the world at that sort of position. Van Hecke tracking back. There's no one else you'd want going back like that than the Dutchman. Look at Karim Matoma. His first chance. Past Jones. Past Obersley. And Hinchell just kicks the ground or miskicks it. A massive opportunity missed for the young Englishman. This is not a good sign here. Sobersley's next to pick up a yellow card. I think for a minute there, Karim Matoma played the ball off the corner flag. How often do you see that? Liverpool need to play their aces now. They want to get something out of this game because time is quickly becoming their worst enemy. Chiesa, Ngamoa, Wirtz, Gakpo. All options up there. Just need to find one of them. One of which Wirtz has lost to them, one back of his countryman Pascal Gross. That's a great crossfield ping to find Cody Gakpo, who's finally out wide left. First touch was horrid. And that's FIFA into the game. So is like Andy Robertson. That ball's very deep and took the wrong club. Made the pitching wedge. Not the 8-iron. He's going to have a massive summer to come with Scotland in the World Cup. And I'll tell you what, Federico Chiesa has a massive week to come. So do every Italian football fan and footballer on the planet. They're competing for their World Cup lives. Midweek. Poor giveaway there. Sobersley wins their back, however, for Liverpool. Ngamoa tries to just tap the ball around Kedioglu. In the end, found the Turk whilst doing so. I really think it was a missed opportunity today, not starting Rio Ngamoa, especially for the out of form. Cody Gakpo seems to can't do anything right at the moment. With this loss, they lose more ground, Liverpool. See the live standings. 6 points back of Manchester United. Same games played. Every time United tend to drop points, so do Liverpool and Chelsea. And likewise, the other way around. Matoma's trickery. Jones' simplistic view. Up the pitch it goes. Kadioglu. Pascal Gross. Into Welbeck. Now Matoma. Seen off by Dominic Szoboszlai. There it is. Danny Welbeck, the man with the double today, making way. Jorginho Rutter on, and Yassine Ayari will come on, like in the pace of Pascal Gross. It is Hinchwood, sorry, off. for Yasin Ayari. Oh, Ayari almost straight into the action. So was I pulled down by Karu Matoma. But coming off Belieber and a play. Liverpool trying their best to gain some yards there, but referee halts them in their efforts. I think Gamora out wide left now. Just gone from left wing to right wing, back to left wing. Now Rio, great comeback for Chiesa. First touch got away from him. Gamora's come on and been very direct. Sometimes that's all it needs sometimes. Simple game. That's got to be yellow card for Bruggen. Here's a yellow card for Bruggen for taking too long with the kick. Was Duncan the end? Gets yellow cards. He misses 2. My God. Castor over the top. Gakpo can chase. Is this Liverpool's chance? Cody Gakpo. Chiesa joins him. Gakpo! Good strike, good save. And calm header back by Jean-Paul Van Hecker. Almost knew the result. Was always going to cut inside. The Brighton goalkeeper was ready for it. He's been active without having to do everything. Baleba with a great turn. Carlos Baleba. Green grass to run into. Great body feint by Gross. Kadioglu. Matoma was on the outside of him, but McAllister made the important intervention. It is going to be a Brighton corner kick, however. Not happy about something. Pascal Gross over this corner. Flicked onto the near post. Off the line, and then off the line again for Liverpool. They're on the ropes now. Jones on the line, then I think a block from Van Dijk on the line as well. They are in round 12 and their legs are shaking in a boxing term. Rutter. Jorginho Rutter still. Ran into trouble. Gravenberch almost got himself into trouble. Fouled by Jorginho Rutter. Advantage played. Amanashvili, though, decided to halt that idea. Into Wirtz. Now Jones. Great one-touch play. Sobers light. Rio and Gamoa. Get away from Mats Vifa. Now out to Florian Wirtz. Liverpool needing that response. All the momentum of midweek has seemingly been squashed. McAllister give and go with Andy Robertson. That's a dinked in ball. Chiesa was there. But an important intervention by Gesu, Jean-Paul Van Hecker. Seem to be everywhere today. McAllister. Andy Robertson. Back with the Argentine. Now with the Hungarian Dominic Szoboszlai. Finding the makeshift right back, Curtis Jones. Brighton have all 11 behind it now. Keeping nice and compact. Ngamoa. Gomez out to accompany him. Now Mads Vifa. He's away for both of them. Great running from Ngamoa. It wins a corner. To the rapturous applause of those Liverpool fans. What an impact he's had since coming off the bench. Szoboszlai's corner now. Liverpool approaching a dozen for the match. Into the final minute of regulation time. Szoboszlai. Straight. Here's the hands of Bart Verbruggen, who goes quickly. Liverpool up the pitch. Kadioglu to 3-on-5. Foul by Chiesa. And a yellow card for the Italian. Gone quickly, and Karim Mitoma has a chance. Sets her back. Yasin Ayari. Mitoma! Saved by Mamanashvili. Pascal Gross. Can Brighton land the killer blow? Mitoma. One way than the next. Finds Ayari. Ayari still. Yasin Ayari. Almost walked it in. Kadioglu's cross. Finds a way to the far side where Jorginho Rutter was waiting. We have 6 minutes out of time. To be honest, I can't see why Liverpool get back into this. Diego Gomez making way to allow Joel Voltman on. One minute of the 6 down in that substitution. As it stands, Brighton will be going into the top half, and Liverpool, well, they let another chance slip to solidify that top 5 position. More importantly, the top 4 position. Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle and company can play catch-up. Chelsea win, Liverpool drop out of the 5. Which would be a massive, massive hiccup. And if Brentford find a way to win it well, they go 1 point back of the Reds. So pressure mounting on Arne Slot and Liverpool. Just can't see a way that they get a way out of this. They're in pretty poor in the second half. That man there on screen, Danny Welbeck, his double. 2 proper poachers finishers. Should have his team over the line. 12 Premier League goals this season. Most in his career. And as I said, what a year to do it. He should be heading to the United States the way he's playing. So Liverpool got the whole ground to make up. In their own half, near their own corner flag. And 3 minutes to go. Gross. Ayari and Gross getting there in each other's way. Gravenberch out of trouble. Fouled in the process. Chiesa, Wirtz, and Gamoa. It's a 2-on-5. And Gamoa taken out by Mats Wife. That'll be his yellow card. Every time Rio and Gamoa's got it, you're just thinking what's going to happen next, because he has been so dynamic since coming on. Mats Wife has had his hands full. Is this Liverpool's final chance? Is it time for Dominic Szoboszlai to deliver something of meaning? Same targets remain. Van Dijk, Gravenberch. Cody Gakpo's in there as well. Dominic Szoboszlai. Too much pace. Too much whip. And too close to the keeper. And that facial expression from Arne Slot says a lot. He's seen his team once again struggle and capitulate in the second half. Ruter wins it back off Andy Robertson. Jorginho Ruter. Flag goes up. Minute 30 to go now for the Reds. It really has to be kitchen sink stuff now. Van Dijk stayed up the pitch. It's Gravenberch and Jones that are staying back defensively. Wirtz. Big crossfield switch. Asking a lot of Federico Chiesa. He's taking that down well. He wants a corner kick, but the linesman doesn't believe it. And that could be that for Liverpool. On road for their 10th loss, which will equal Brighton's amount as well. Defending champs have looked nowhere near it this season, and this sort of performance has summed it up. Good bits and a lot of bad stuff in between all of that. And they are in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, but they want to make sure they're in the competition next season, and at this rate, they won't be. Jones over his head. Gross up into the sky. That's a 6 minutes. All up. How much extra time on top of extra time do we have? Gravenberch. Foul. It's on It's on Jorginho Ruter, sorry. Got to be in the last sort of 20, 30 seconds now. Last hurrah stuff now for Liverpool. Mamardashvili goes long. Searching for Virgil van Dijk. Met by Mats Wife. Ruter takes it in. And can this be the icing on the cake for Brighton? Ruter. Looking for Yasin Ayari, but in the end giving it to Dominic Szoboszlai. He tries to dribble his way out of trouble, and in the end he's been fouled. There's more stoppages to add on. Szoboszlai now. He looks long up the pitch. And that then is full time. Devilish Welbeck double gifting Brighton the victory today. The Reds, after a short turnaround and the highs of Galatasaray victory midweek, are back down to reality. Their 10th Premier League loss of the season at the hands of the Seagulls. They lacked conviction, they lacked energy, they lacked intensity, and it showed. Brighton win, they're up in the top half. Liverpool let their chance to climb the Premier League table slip. If all results go against them this weekend, they could end up in 6th and outside the Champions League positions. Lots of pressure on that Man slot. Lots of question marks about this Liverpool side. Thanks for joining me on Super Saturday, guys. Remember, tomorrow is the big one, the Carabao Cup final. I'll be live on Assist and YouTube for that one there. Cannot wait. That is Soccer Saturday wrapped up here, guys. Appreciate you guys for joining me. See you guys similar time next week.